Hello and welcome back to our second session. In the previous session, we had just imported all the assets and we have created the platform, and in this session we are going to apply the logic. So the logic here is we have 3 animated sequence, one animated sequence with 10 questions. Every frame of this animated sequence contains one question, and we have another animated sequence for left answers and another animated sequence for right answers. So now the logic we are going to apply is, when the quiz starts, I want only the first frame of question, first frame of left answer and first frame of right answer to appear. And once I tilt the head and answer them, it has to move from one frame. So this is the logic we are going to apply. Now the main portion of the logic is already written in the block and has been given to you. So to give you or to show you, now if I come to Spark AR Studio, now let us come and launch Spark AR Studio and let us start using our application. So I will come to Spark AR Studio now. Now Spark AR Studio is open, and in this I am now going to go to File, Open, and I am going to come to the folder that is here. We had saved it as Spark AR underscore film quiz. I will select this file Spark AR underscore film quiz and I am going to open it. So when I click open, the file that we saved in our previous session is now open. Now in this, now you have this film quiz block. Okay, what is this film quiz block is? This is a ready-made code available to you. Sorry, I have to select this in assets. In assets, I have this block film quiz. I am going to just double click it, and when I double click this, this is going to open as a new Spark AR Studio. It has 2 options here, open project and create a copy. So for safer side, I will choose create a copy, and I am going to save this with a new name. I will give it the name as Quiz AR Filter 2. Okay, I will name it as Quiz AR Filter 2 and I will save it somewhere. I am just going to show you. So I am just going to save this, and now in this new file that has been opened, now all the logic to your program is programmed in Spark AR Studio in a panel called Patch Editor. So in the previous session we understood what is scene, what is assets, what is the scene area, properties. Now I want you to be introduced to this Patch Editor. So I will click here on the top icon here, workspace, and I will click on Show Patch Editor. So when I click on Show Patch Editor, you can see this. I am going to so if you bring the mouse in between here, you can resize the windows. I will just drag it and make this Patch Editor window bigger, and if I click the middle mouse and drag it, you can see this is the logic that has been applied for this quiz. So you have, see, it is starting with face finder, and from face finder it is going to face select. Then it is tracking the face, whether you are moving the head left or right. It is tracking the head rotation, and if you rotate it to the left, it takes one direction, or else it will take another direction. We have put up a condition and we have given it the value. So this is actually the logic that has been built in this block. So this is given to you ready-made now. How to apply this logic, I will explain it to you in the next session. So right now, this is what that block file contains. This block file contains this node system coding. So here we are not going to write any code by typing it. Everything is node. So I will just give you an introduction to what is a node. So every block here you are seeing is called as a node. For example, head rotation is a node, and this node has a particular module of code. What this node is going to do is, the input you have to give this node is your face, and when you give your input here, it gives the options here. See, left turn state, right turn state, left lean state, right lean state, forward lean state and backward lean state. So now we have chosen left lean state and right lean state. Instead of left lean state and right lean state, if I use left turn state and right turn state, for every question, instead of leaning, I have to turn my head. Okay, so this is called as a node, that is a block, and every block has input nodes and output nodes. You have to give it some input, it is going to process the data and give the output. So using these blocks are like the Lego blocks we used to build actually the various you might have played the Lego game. We can build so many kind of toys using the block by arranging them in different permutation and combination. So this is similar to that. You have hundreds of blocks available like this in Spark AR Studio, and using that we are going to combine it in different permutation and combination, and we are going to build our logic. So this is what I wanted to show you. Now the next thing is, I will come back to my program sparkar.filmquiz. The next job I have to do now is, before I start applying the logic, I will select FilmQuiz here, and as soon as I select FilmQuiz, on the right hand side of the FilmQuiz, you see various options available here. These are the parameters that you have to set for your quiz to work. These are all variables for which you have to now give a value. For example, the first value you have to give is right texture. Right texture means it is not right hand image. It is the texture you use to symbolize the right answer. And for this, you click on the list here. We have already imported a file called right. Choose this file. See, the right symbol is added over here, and for wrong, I will click here and choose the wrong texture. Okay. Then for questions, we have the questions film animation sequence. I will select questions animation sequence. For left answer, I will choose the L underscore answer animation sequence. For right answers, I will choose R underscore answers animation sequence. For start card, I am going to choose start, and for scoreboard, I am going to use the score animation sequence, and finally for score texture, you have scoreboard. I am going to use this scoreboard. So now I have allotted all the resources that all the assets I had imported to the right variables in my block. So this is the first job, and as soon as I attached everything, you can see now the white plane that you were seeing is replaced with the first screen film history quiz. You can see it here. See, this is appearing, film history quiz, it is appearing. Now if I click on the start button, see what happens is, after about 1.5 seconds, see, you can see the 10 questions are running on the top, 10 questions are running on the left, and 10 questions are running on the right. So now, see, as she is turning, it is marking right and wrong also. This is now actually showing, but the thing is now, as of now, no score is running or the questions are not changing. So this is the problem we have. We are going to solve this by applying the logic. So you have now understood what is a block, a simple block. Now next thing is, we are going to apply the logic. So applying this logic, let us do it in our next session. In our next session, we are going to apply the logic and we are going to make this game ready. Okay. So in this session, you understood what is a block. A block is a set of nodes and I explained to you what is a node. A node is a module which has input, it takes an input, it processes it and gives out an output. So, every block has input nodes and output nodes. So, understanding this, in our next session, let us build this and complete this application. Thank you.